Okay, this video is going to show for the kinetic and potential energy worksheet. For the first 10, you just need to put a letter K for kinetic energy or a letter P if it's potential energy. For example, for number one, if the bicyclist is pedaling up a hill, that means they're moving. That's kinetic energy. An archer with a bow drawn, meaning it's not moving, it's just held in that position, that would be potential energy. So any of the examples that are not including any movement, like for number 8, with just sitting on top of the tree, if there's no movement, that would be potential energy. Sitting on top of the tree, you have the potential to fall down, as opposed to the wind blowing through your hair. Your hair is moving, the wind is moving. That's kinetic energy. So do the same for the rest. And then for here, just need to put examples. What are some examples of kinetic energy? Don't just copy from the ones up above here. I'll make up your own examples of something kinetic, 2 examples, and 2 examples of potential energy. Then you'll have some fill in the blanks. I'll do some of it here. So if you're going to have the faster an object moves, the more kinetic energy it has. So you just have to fill these in with the proper missing words. The other word here would be mass, the greater the mass. And then say it could have the same effect, but what effect would it have on the kinetic energy? Just like up above. And then so what does kinetic energy depend on? Both right here, the speed or the velocity and the mass. So you'd write those two in here, velocity, just write out the word, and mass. So write out those 2 words there. Then for the next few problems, you're going to use these equations. This one for kinetic, this one for potential. I am going to change the gravitational to the more accurate 9.8. For whatever reason, they rounded it up to 10. And just look for these key representations. So V for velocity, M for mass, G for gravitational acceleration, and H for height in meters. So, for example, with number 15. So, if you're serving a volleyball, that means the volleyball is in motion. You served it. That means it's going to have kinetic energy. So, once you know what type of energy it is, then you use the proper equation. For example, this is kinetic energy. So, I'm going to use this equation here. So, kinetic energy equals 0.5 times the mass times the velocity squared. So we're going to fill in with the proper numbers. So 0.5 times mass, the mass is 2.1, and the velocity is 30. But remember, we're going to need to square that velocity of 30. So you basically take those numbers, you can use a calculator, put them into your calculator, and then you'll get your final answer. So for this one, I would first square 30 since it's exponents first, and that'd give you 900, and then multiply by 2.1, and then multiply by 0.5. So your final answer should be 945. So once you know which type of energy it is, you just use the equation and plug in the numbers. So for this next one, right, this one says a baby carriage is sitting at the top of the hill. So it's just sitting there. So that's going to be potential energy. So for this one, you would write the equation for potential energy, which is up here. Write it out here. Potential energy equals mass times gravitational acceleration times the height. So now I just need to plug in the numbers and use my calculator. So the mass is 1.5 times gravitational acceleration. Remember, I said I'm going to keep it at that 9.8. And then times the height, which is 21. So you would just multiply those all together. And if you put that in the calculator, you should get 308.7. Then do the same thing for the next few problems. Determine which type of energy it is, and then just plug the numbers in the equation. Okay, and then here are some answers and some clues for some other ones here. This is in this section here for these different types of energy: chemical with food, kinetic with moving energy of wind and water, electric, and mechanical when you're moving around. And then here's some clues here. I put some words in completely, and then for other ones, I put just a blank space or the first letter or two of the words you're looking for. So some of them are filled in, some of them are not. And I might, if we still need help, I might put another video with some more clues on these tomorrow.